Hello and welcome to East Coast Gear Supply. Today we're going to go over some of the common Toyota e-locker issues with R&Ring a third member and phasing of the e-locker motors. Pretty simple, easy process if you follow these basic few steps. So, say you get a new third member from us, it's re-geared, you're ready to put it in. So, before you pull the third member, make sure in the truck you are in the unlocked position. Don't want to confuse the computer, don't want to get stuff out of phase. So just like normal everyday driving, don't hit the switch inside, make sure the motor's unlocked. You're going to come around to your motor, you're going to take your e-locker motor, and you're going to pull your e-locker motor off. This one's a little different, it's missing the cover, but for instructional purposes, it'll show everything we need. You're going to move the bolts that secure the e-locker motor to the third member. And once you do that, move the bolts, you can typically take a pry bar, come in here, and just slide your motor out. You don't even need to unplug the wiring or anything of it. You just take the motor, set the motor back out of the way. Once that's out of the way, you will look at your third member. You're going to want to have left it in the unlocked position on the button inside of the vehicle. When you're removing the third member, it's a lot easier to go ahead and manually lock it in. If you come up, you're going to see you've got teeth where the gear and the gear on the end of the motor mesh together. And this is part of what's making sure these are faced correctly. But for right now, to R&R the third member, we're going to come up, we're going to take this thing. Sometimes it helps if you spin the tire a little bit to mesh the spider gears. And there you go. So now the locker is locked. If you slide it towards the differential, it takes that collar and shifts that collar into the differential and locks it. I like to do this with the rear end off the ground to where you can make sure it's locked. As you spin the tires, you can see that the tires spin together. At this point, you would remove your third member, reinstall your third member with it locked. With it locked, what it's doing is moving this whole fork and collar over to allow you more room to remove the third member and pull it in and out. This is where a lot of people mess up though. So now you've got your third member back in it and you're putting your motor back on. Your motor is in the unlocked position as far as the computer on the vehicle is concerned. Where the problems happen is when people end up with one or the other in the locked or unlocked position, or they have hit the button inside while the motor's off and overrun the stops. We're going to go over how to fix that issue, but as long as you maintain this and don't hit the button while the motor's off, make sure that the motor's in the unlocked position, the differential's in the unlocked position. When you reinstall it, everything should be happy. So today we're going to talk about the problems that arise with your Toyota e-lockers when you have hit the button while the motor's removed during a third member swap, and you've overrun the stops, your motor doesn't work, you don't know what to do, you think you've cooked the motor. It's actually pretty simple on these things. So you're going to take a little pocket screwdriver, and if you look, there's a little E-clip that holds the motor on the end of these. Little pocket screwdriver, just make sure when you pop it off it doesn't go flying. You're going to want to hold on to it. You're going to take that, you can pull the clip and the gear off. There's two 8mm screws. You're going to take those two 8mm screws, and you're going to loosen those up. Remove those. You can then take that same pocket screwdriver and come underneath, and you're going to kind of want to pop this top cover off. So you pop the top cover off, and you'll pop the motor and the pieces out. If you look, the gear, the motor, everything's on here. You can see this goes back in here right here. So we come into phasing. So if you think about the Toyota e-locker motor, if this is on the e-locker, so basically you think about it, as you slide the fork, it goes to the outside. So this way, turned clockwise while looking at the back side of it is going to be the unlocked position. If you turn counterclockwise, it'll come up against the stop. That'll be the locked position there. Always try to do these in the unlocked position. Take this thing, turn it fully clockwise. It's against the stop. It's where it needs to be. The motor is now in the unlocked position. You're going to pop this back together. So put it back in while making sure it doesn't turn and it stays in the unlocked position. put your screws back in it, and you're going to put your gear back on it. So at this point, once you get this all put back together and you have confirmed that your motor has not overrun the stops and is in the unlocked position, you can then go back to the third member on the vehicle, confirm that the gear is slid all the way to the outside unlocked position on the third member on the vehicle, reinstall the motor. Everything should be in phase at that point. And that's it. It's back together.